Are you struggling to understand your business numbers? Are you wanting to take your business to the next level? Well, each week here on the Local Small Business Coach podcast, we dive into your business to help you not only understand the business numbers that matter, but we will discuss how to use them to increase your profits. Hi, I'm Tammy, and I'm on a mission to help our badass local business owners take their business to the next level. So if you're a badass or a badass in the making, let's get this party started. Hey, badass business owners, welcome back to the show. It is Thursday, is Know Your Business Numbers. Now, what I told you on the last episode is we are going to take this time during this whole coronavirus craziness to get back to basics. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the nuggets, the things you need to grow and become even stronger and better as a business owner. Now, granted, some of you are like, Tammy, we do that all the time here. Yes, we do. That's what this show is all about, is helping you become the badass business owner that I know you are. But we're just going to kind of pull it back a little bit because a lot of times you guys are listening to me and running and gunning and running around and doing everything else. And if I've got a trapped audience right now, then I want to slow it down a little bit and let's kind of get back to these basics, because honestly, that's what's going to help you come out of this thing even stronger and better than ever before. Because one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to take advantage of this time when some of you are not working as crazy hours as you normally do to really dive in and understand your numbers. As you know, that is a huge, huge thing for me, is I want you to understand your business numbers. And there's one report that you must know better than any other report or document or numbers you have in your business, and that is your profit and loss income statement. The reason that I call it that, depending upon your business, depending upon your bookkeeping, it's going to be called something else. For a lot of you, if you have an accountant, they're going to give you a report that says income statement. It may not say profit and loss. It may just say income statement. For some of you, it does say profit and loss. So I'm combining the two, profit and loss income statement. So you want to grab that report that comes out, that if you have an accountant, they send it to you. If you do your bookkeeping yourself and you have a program, then it's going to be in that program. It'll ask you go to reports and it'll ask you, do you want to print up your income statement, profit and loss? It's going to say one of those things. And for those of you that are doing it old school, meaning A, you're not doing it at all and tracking it, or B, you're doing it in Excel or in a ledger book or something, you should be creating your own profit and loss statement. But if you don't even know what they are or what they look like, I'm going to try to help out here a little bit. Okay. So one of the things that I did is, as you know, is I have a course. It's like $49. I have this course on how to understand your business numbers. And I realized that that's not necessarily for everyone to get going. I've had people go, why is this thing so cheap? Well, let me tell you why it's so cheap. Because I want every business owner to have the opportunity to go through this, and every business owner can afford $50, because you know what? It doesn't mean that it's a cheap course, because it's not. There's all kinds of stuff jam-packed in there. I just want to make sure that whether you're at the beginning stages of your business, but I also know that there's a lot of business owners that make good retail revenue income that comes in, but their bottom line is horrible. They're not really making any money. I mean, I've got business owners that, they bring in $30,000, $40,000 a month, but at the end of the day, the profitability of their business is either negative or maybe $1,000. So I want to make sure that this information is available to everybody. Matter of fact, my goal is eventually, and my dream is to have a bunch of courses on different topics for all of you guys, but I digress. My main thing is I want you to understand your business numbers, okay? So what I've done is I realized I wasn't starting at square one for you guys. And square one is you don't even know how to read it. And what's interesting is in the course, I actually start off with teaching you how to read it. So what I've done is I have created this little handy dandy little guide that will show you a profit and loss income statement, and it actually breaks it down into the chunks and tells you what they are. So it'll break down and talk about income, basically showing you this is all of the money that you have coming into your business through any way that if you charge customers in any way, shape, or form, it all goes into this. And if those are part of your sales. And then I break down cost of goods and what is cost of goods and where that all goes, and then how to go down further to look at what your gross margin is, and then to go down further into the expenses and what that looks like, and then finally ending with your profit. But how do you read that? How do you see what's on there? So it's not in depth. It's not super crazy. It is just purely meant so that you can feel comfortable reading the piece of paper. Okay. If you listen to the podcast, I teach you everything about all these different categories. Okay. If you want the course, you obviously we dive in even deeper to it. The more you read it, the more you want to dive in and learn more and more. And I try to share a lot of that as we continue to go. I will continue to do that, especially on our Thursday episodes, where we continue to dive into those numbers more and more. But I realized I needed to give a basic starting point for people. And I needed people to have something in writing, because I've had people where they listen to the show and they try to memorize it. But if they had this handy dandy little guide that they could put on their desk, so every month when they went over it, it would help them out. So I kind of created that. And it's going to be available for you guys. It's already done and it is live, and you can get it either on the website, but the best way to do it, the quickest way to do it, is just go to localsmallbusinesscoach.com/profit and loss guide. So profit loss guide. Localsmallbusinesscoach.com/profit loss guide. But here's the easiest way. Go down into the show notes. I'm going to start putting it in the show notes every single week, so that way you can have it. So if you the best way to do it, if you're going to do it that way, by the way, is to hit pause now before your show notes disappear. Go down and hit that link, and that'll be the fastest way for you to get it. But profit and loss guide is going to be the best way for you. I think I'm going to go look and see if I can get... Now, I bet you the GoDaddy thing is gone. I'll have to look. I don't know. All right, everybody. I just did something crazy while you've been waiting for me. I went and found that profitandlossguide.com is available. I'm buying it. Just type that in. Profit, P-R-O-F-I-T, and A-N-D, loss, L-O-S-S, guide, G-U-I-D-E, profitandlossguide.com is available. I just bought it. Go type that in. That's going to take you there as well. Wow, that is crazy that I was able to get that. See, that's what you can do when you do it on the fly. When you have a business idea, it's $12, and I'm going to go ahead and lock that up to make it easier for you guys, just so that you guys can find it. It is awesome. Sorry, I'm excited really right now, just because I was curious. I own way too many website things. I got to start sending some of them back, especially when they renew. Ouch, those are the ones that hurt. But so once again, I've got this guide together for you guys, so that way you can learn your business numbers better. And just go to profitandlossguide.com. That way you can get it, you can download it. And then when you're ready to jump into more detail, like I said, you just go find the matching, you can scroll through the podcast to those types of topics, or you can do the course, which will help you dive in even further. Plus there's a lot more things in the course that breaks down there's a whole section on profit and loss alone where we break down everything, plus a bunch of other business numbers for you. My whole goal, like I said, is the basics of your business. You've got to understand your business numbers. It's really important that you do that. And it starts with your profit and loss, because let's see how many of you guys can pass the test. What is the calculation that you need to know? Sales minus cost of goods minus, you got it, expenses equals your profits. Sales minus cost of goods minus expenses equals your profit. We've got gross margin in there, which is how much money you're able to make after your cost of goods. So there's some basic stuff that you need to understand, and we want to make sure that you guys all understand. So I'm very excited for you guys. Let's get started on this. Every Thursday, like I said, we're going to get back to basics. The whole podcast, actually, over the next few weeks, I'm going to really talk about the basics of your business and getting back to basics, both from a financial standpoint, from a number standpoint, and from running the business, because I think this is a great time to do that while, depending upon when you're when you're listening to this, because if you're grounded at home and you can't work as many hours as you once did, it's great to get back to basics. And then also, if you're listening to this in the future or just starting out your business, you always need to get back to basics. Matter of fact, our next episode is going to be on getting back to basics, because that is the fundamental piece to your business. But for now, let's talk about your knowing your numbers, understanding your profit and loss income statement better. And for those of you that really are clueless and you rarely pick it up, you rarely look at it, it just looks like a bunch of gobbly-gob numbers stuck on a piece of page, you are the ones that need this guide. You need to be able to look at that piece of paper with all those numbers and know what it's telling you. And the guide is very simple. I mean, I do not use tons. I don't try to get complicated on you. It's just a matter of helping to ensure that you can look at it, you know what it's talking about, and you're like, okay, I got the basics of it. Now I'm ready for more. That's what I want to try to do, is I want to create that curiosity inside of you, and I want to create that curiosity where you want to dive in, you want to learn more. So the first thing we do to be able to do that is I've got to create so that you can look at that piece of paper and at least know what it's trying to tell you. So if you want to know what that piece of paper is trying to tell you in your business, what that report is trying to tell you, then grab this guide, okay? ProfitAndLossGuide.com. That's going to take you right there. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this puppy up. And if you have any ideas or things you want me to cover while you're kind of got your wings clipped a little bit and you want to try to learn more about your business, dive into it, I always love to hear your requests. You can shoot them over to Tammy at localsmallbusinesscoach.com. Tammy, Tammy, at localsmallbusinesscoach.com. I'd love to hear what it is you'd love to have as topics on the show. But I've kind of been jotting some down so that way we can come out of this thing being even bigger badasses than you already are, because I know you're a badass. That's why you're listening. But you want to get better and stronger, so that way when all this craziness kind of lifts, you can come out just running and gunning and making as much money as possible for your business, and taking care of your community and your employees if you have any. All right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this puppy up, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Bye for now. Okay, badass business owner, don't you think it is time that you learn how to read your profit and loss income statement? Now, I know you don't have time. I know you hate numbers. I know you're afraid of what you're going to find. But it is time to suck it up, buttercup, and learn to read and understand the most important report in your business. Your profit and loss income statement shows you the flow of money in and out of your business. Don't you think it's time that you started to pay attention? Now get your free, quick guide on how to read your profit and loss income statement at ProfitAndLossGuide.com, or just click the show notes. There's a link in there for you. What are you waiting for? You're a badass business owner, aren't you?